In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step instructions on how to replace the internal screen on the Samsung Z Flip 5. To begin the repair, we're going to place it on the heat mat set to 85 degrees C, and that's just going to sit there for the next 10 minutes so that we can soften the adhesive holding down this back cover on the bottom part of the clamshell and the external screen up on the top there. This screen here is expensive to replace, so we're going to take real good care removing that. So I'm going to place it facing up like that on there for the next 10 minutes. Now that it's had 10 minutes on the hot plate, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to begin using our trusty suction cup on this bottom half, and I'm just going to place it right in the middle and then begin lifting so that we can create a gap in this bottom section first. Add a bit of isopropyl alcohol, and then if required we're just going to use a little bit of the blade just to get it sort of pried off a little bit. I don't know if you can see, but a small gap started being created. Once you've got like one little weak bit in there, the rest of it usually comes off quite easily. Add isopropyl alcohol as and when required, but usually, like I say, once you've got it lifted, you'll find that it does come off quite easily with the suction cup. And now that's just going to open up by lifting it up like that. Just being very gentle, not pulling too hard. We'll give it a little wiggle to loosen it a bit more. And that's the first of the two removed. Store that safely for reinstallation later. And now let's crack on with the external display. To lift this one, I'm going to lift from this side. I find that it's always a little bit easier on these flip ones. And we can see the alcohol soaking in and beginning to lift the display. I'll add some more isopropyl alcohol. Because these are little OLED displays, you'll not find that the alcohol won't soak into any backlights and cause any damage. But just really take your time with this step, because like I said at the beginning of the video, you really don't want to damage this screen. Once you've got the three sides off, I'm just sort of wiggling it to free it there, because I don't want to pry it up and damage this cable here. So just be aware that there is that one there. Now that those two are released, I'm going to take it back over to the desk and we'll begin disassembling this. So now that we're into the device and we've got it unsealed, I'm just going to sort of flick this up that way, like that. And I've got it stood up on the suction cup still. Then I'll just use the metal tweezers to ping off that plastic cover. And now the plastic spudger to remove this. We'll keep this safe for reinstallation later and then begin disassembling the logic board up at the top. There's 8 crosshead screws that hold down the shield and ear speaker on this one. Go ahead with removing all 8 of those. There's some strong magnets on the chassis of this device, and sometimes the screws ping off and stick to those, so just be aware of that. Or sometimes they just don't stick at all. With all 8 of those removed now, we'll just store them safely for reinstallation later. The good thing about these is they're all the same size, so it doesn't matter if they get muddled up a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this metal shield here, and then use the plastic spudger to disconnect the battery, these 2 flex cables here, and these other smaller flexes just here. I'm going to lift up this plastic cover here, which is the ear speaker, or hides the ear speaker, sorry, and then I'll disconnect the front camera too. We've just got the SIM card to release, or the SIM tray. Then make sure that the little hammer for it is retracted before using your tweezers to just lift out the logic board and safely remove it from the phone. These front cameras are usually held in place by like some resiny type glue, and I've found that the easiest way to remove these is to get in between the gap between the chassis and the camera with a sharp blade, ideally a flat one, to cut through the adhesive, allowing it to be pried out easily. As for the battery on the Flip 5, we've got some of the little pull tabs that we've seen on newer Samsung models. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that away and then lift it up to release the battery. I haven't opened up the new part just yet, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the ear speaker too, although often these come with the ear speaker pre-installed. If it doesn't, we just pry it out with the tweezers. The rest of these sensors are usually pre-installed on the new part, such as the volume buttons and this sensor here. but we'll come back to it if we need to remove it. Moving down to the bottom half now, we've got the larger battery that needs to be removed, as well as the loudspeaker and subboard. So let's go ahead and first of all remove these two screws up here, which will release this metal shield underneath housing the battery. I'll disconnect the battery with the plastic spudger now, as well as this little flex cable here for the wireless charging. Then move down to the subboard where there's another few screws that need to be removed. Keep these organized because there are a couple of different ones, the black ones and the silver ones. So just lay them out in the order that they came out to avoid confusing yourself. Then we can release this plastic cover, followed by these two flexes here and here. And finally, there's just this one screw holding down the subboard just here. I'll use the plastic spudger to help me loosen up the subboard and pop it out like that. Store that safely for later, and then go ahead and remove the vibration motor just here. We've got another one of those little pull tabs to release the battery. These do make it so much easier. And that pulls out very easily. If you peel off this wireless charging antenna, that just about completes the teardown of this Flip 5. It goes without saying that we'll be using a genuine Samsung service pack part for this repair. So let's open it up and take a look inside the box. As always, they come with this sort of plastic shield on the bottom so that we can lay it down and work on it. And then this black cover over the top. Normally plastic, but that's some kind of cardboard this time. Then I'm going to peel off this plastic cover again so that we can work on the top. And I'll use tweezers to get these little other plastic films out of the way. And we can see we've got an ear speaker on there, so we didn't actually have to remove that. So let's start repopulating this service pack. We'll just peel back these flex cables first of all, and then drop our battery into place for the top. Make sure that that's secured down well. Then we're going to go in with the motherboard, lay that into place, followed by the front camera, which needs securing just there. And then we'll go ahead and install these flex cables here, 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 and finally here. We'll leave the battery disconnected for now, whilst we reinstall this plastic cover on top of the ear speaker, re-secure that flex, and then finally this small battery into the logic board, followed by our little metal bracket that sits on top of everything. We use the crosshead driver to re-secure all that down. I think we decided there was 8 in total. I think we decided there was 8 screws in total. Just watch out from pinging off onto the magnets on these because they are a little bit awkward. And you might need to use your tweezers to get them in place, even though it's still a fight with that. These ones in the corner are really awkward because they just keep sticking to the magnet what's up there. Don't forget, if you like repair content just like this, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And with all 8 of those screws secured down, we can move down to the bottom of the phone again, peel off this plastic protective cover and the other plastic films just here and here. Now we can lift up this flex cable. It's actually connected there. Install the battery, securing it down, and then we'll place this flex cable. And then we'll go for the subboard, drop that into place. We didn't actually need to remove the vibration motor because you can see it's already installed on this service pack. Place that down like that and re-secure the flex cables just here and here. This one's a bit awkward and springy. I'll probably use the plastic spudger just to hold it in place whilst I line it up. Sorry if it looks a bit awkward on the video. There we go. Now there was one screw just here holding down that subboard, and then we've got the loudspeaker and plastic cover to go on there. Now we've got one silver screw in the corner here. The longer black screw goes just here, another silver one here and here, and finally there's one more longer black screw just in the bottom right corner. Moving up to this little midsection here, make sure that that's flat The wireless coil's reconnected and secured down where it's sticky, and then we can reattach the battery. We've got this little shield to go into place, which I'll put on upside down first. Let's get it the right way. And then 2 small black screws that hold that into place, just here and here. Finally, we can go ahead and reinstall this back cover. Make sure that you apply pressure all the way around it so that it's stuck down well. Now finally, we'll go back up to the top and we're going to re-secure the external screen. We can just re-secure it. It's a little bit awkward because you've got to work underneath the screen. Now we've got this little plastic shield what goes over it, and that just sort of springs into place, and then we can re-secure the screen into place. Now we'll pop that out of the little plastic cover. The internal screen looks good, and we've got display on the external screen, so that just about completes this repair on the Samsung Galaxy Flip 5. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.